I was looking at it was said recording, and I was like looking at the recording, where it shows on OBS the timer. It
Yeah,
was just
that kind
saying
of happened.
000. I'm like, what?
Yeah, that
Why
kind of
is
happened last week too.
it?
I don't know what's going on with your OBS. Just going through some stuff. Is it puberty?
Probably.
Has she found a boy she likes?
Not me.
Now she's being difficult. Oh, definitely not you. You're the father, obviously. All right. Well, hi everyone. Hello. Um. Uh. We're gonna briefly recap what just happened in the past 7 minutes because Oni's software was not working. Long story short, welcome to the show. For the news, Fate Strange Fake. Whoa! They announced it. That's crazy. The dub before the Japanese dub. Wow, so good. And yeah, that's basically the gist of what happened. So, with that being said, we're going to hop in to the meat and potatoes of the episode, which is our weekly reviews. And we're going to start off with ReZero, um, ReZero episode season 3, episode 8. Um, so Otto was hiding some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "Hey guys, so I actually that book of wisdom that you were wondering why they would think it was here. It's because it is here. I took it here." But it wasn't for some sneak. Is it sad that I'm a little disappointed there wasn't like a super sneaky reason why he took it? He
What,
was
you want him
like
to be like evil or something?
not evil, but just be like, I have ulterior motives. This wasn't really a ulterior motive. It's just like I wanted to cipher the book and make sure no like we don't die.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not really a ulterior motive. Like you're still just being a good guy, which points for you doing all of this for sure. Points to Otto, but it would have been a nice layered twist.
Yeah. Unfortunate,
Mhm.
but
Yeah. Let's see. Subaru can absorb the dragon's curse, which I'm glad he did. So now that Crush does not look crazy. Also, I feel so bad for Felix. Felix looks particularly like distraught.
yeah, he's going through it.
Like Felix is not having. Like, he is flipping the fuck out. I still remember last week where she was like, "What happened? How could you just slash the shit out of him?" I was like, "Oh my!" She's like, "I gotta heal her." I was like, "Oh my god!"
By the way, this is what I
Yo.
want from Subaru. Like,
Mm.
if he can't be the guy who's like fight, like I don't need him to be the hero that fights everybody, but at least like contribute something. Like him having sympathy, like having that whole moment with Krush and like potentially like sacrificing part of himself to like save her. That was cool. That was like a really cool like character moment that actually made him relevant and like useful for something. So I like that. I want him to do more of that. Be the self-sacrifice hero archetype.
Now you said, if you can't fight, kill yourself.
they
That's
didn't say it
insane.
that
That's
way, but
insane.
you
That's
know.
insane. I mean, that's what I heard. Let's see. Um, oh yeah, and then we discover like the details of like Wilhelm's wife, like her death. I forgot what her name is. It's not Teresa, is it?
I
Like
think it
something close
is.
to
It's
Teresa.
close enough that makes me think that's what it is. It might be Theresa
Right.
or something. I don't know. It starts with a
Yeah,
T.
something like that.
It had like two
Yeah.
S's in it.
Um but yeah, apparently she lost her talk about bad timing. She lost her blessing
Mm.
during the white whale fight and they got passed down to Reinhardt and yeah, she got fucked. And Reinhardt can just get other blessings.
Yeah, I like
Like
the random nature of like, oh, well, I was just
I
blessed.
just got nervous. Yeah, I just got blessed with something. Oh, and I know what it is, and I know how to use it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just like, I guess that's just how that works.
Must be nice. Can somebody bless Subaru? Thanks.
Oh, well, no, he only gets curses.
He
He literally only gets curses.
He gets all the curses. Reinhardt's like, oh, another blessing.
And then he's like, oh, dragon's blood. Oh no.
Again, building on that
Poor
theme of
Subaru.
self-sacrifice. If Subaru's going to be the one to bear all the curses, I'm fine with that. That's cool.
Apparently you weren't until now.
Yeah, because it's actually relevant now. It's like, oh shit, you can use his bad luck to save someone.
Let's see. Oh yeah, I would still say the MVP of this episode is definitely Amelia. Oh, that was so. Amelia was
the whole ending
peak.
scene was really good.
Amelia was peak this episode. I'm sorry. Like, I understand why Savior was like, I actually like, I understand why Amelia is Savior's favorite character. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I still wouldn't go as far as to say she's my favorite character. But that was a good
definitely
moment.
not. But yeah, great moment. Like, cause it was the kind of, she was dragging him in a way that was like, I'm not even it was I'm dragging you. Yes, I'm dragging you with love, and that's sometimes more devastating than like being an asshole. It's like you're still getting cooked, but they're being like nice, super nice about it. There's no vitriol. There's no bad will. There's just her stating facts and being like, you don't do any of this. Like, marriage is about love. Like, that's not what you're giving.
Yeah.
Why we're talking about Subaru? Subaru is because he's gonna be one to come and get me because he said he cares about me and then he loves me. Like, who I'm gonna be with, and it's obviously not gonna be. I already know who I'm gonna be with. I don't know who you think you're gonna be with, but I know who I'm going to be with already. You know, I can't really tell you how this love shit works, but like, what you're doing is not part of it. And it's not part of my dream, so therefore you don't, like, we're just not doing whatever this
I'm glad Amelia developed a backbone this season, so that's good to see.
Yeah, oh, so good. Love that. I was like, oh, such an Amelia set. Like, you better drag him.
I would have liked, hopefully next episode, what I need to see from Amelia is I need to see her actually participate in the fight, though. Like, I want her to actually, like, be a combatant in this, if they're gonna, because clearly they're gonna fight the way it ended.
Yeah.
So I want to see Amelia actually throw some hands.
Yeah, I understand that. I mean, I'd be fine if she does. I'd be fine if she doesn't. Only because Regulus is still, like, arguably the strongest bad guy.
I feel like we're glazing him too much. He got knocked over by a door. Oh, his credibility dropped a bit.
He didn't. Well, they were doing that because of plot. Make
I know,
but and Reinhardt look cool.
And then it did not help his street cred any.
Yeah, but he's still, like, I think he probably, if he really wanted to, I don't think he. Yeah, he's not losing to the other archbishops of the other witch archbishop. Like, I don't see it. Definitely not Wrath, and then probably not Luz, because he's like, bitch, I'll just blow your ship from across the city. I don't think someone with that kind of power is like, yeah, like, I don't think Ice. I don't think Ice is gonna be like, she's probably gonna, like, provide a decent distraction, maybe nothing else. But I wouldn't be surprised if it was, like, just very much Reinhardt versus Regulus. I feel like that's literally, like, the only fair fight I can think of happening. So that's just me. That door kick at the end was pretty great. Oh, I loved how Regulus was like, oh my god, it's so rude of you to talk about another man, or it's so awkward for you to talk about another man at our wedding, blah blah blah. And I'm like, you're actually correct. And it's the way Amelia I don't. Did she even acknowledge when he said that? Because I feel like she was like da da da. He said that. He was like, "Well, how rude of you to talk," and then she just kept going. Like she did not care.
Yeah, no, she kept going.
Loved that moment. Oh, so good.
Priscilla and Liliana also had some good chemistry. I love their relationship. Just like Priscilla's whole squad has. I really want to have like maybe just like a mini arc or like an episode that just focuses on
an OVA.
Yeah, like an OVA or something that just focuses on their dynamic because they're actually pretty funny, and I like all the characters in their posse.
Same, even though I don't know much about the Chota.
Yeah,
I forgot about the Chota until she was like, until like she came back. She's like, and you, where the fuck were you?
He like, just appears on the side,
and we're just like, huh?
Yeah, like, oh
like,
shit,
who are you again?
Of course, the Ojo-sama rich girl has the Shota attendant. I'm sure that won't spark any wild ideas in the fandom or amongst those.
Why did you say it? I don't like that you said it like.
I didn't say anything. I'm just saying. It's
a
bit of a white girl with a dog situation.
White girl with a dog is crazy. Yeah, no, this is a really good episode. I'm super looking forward to. Well, I was gonna say next week's episode, but no, I think we're done for this season. I think it's done.
Which, by the way, you didn't tell me. Xavier told me that he said. I'm like, I wasn't there for the live watch last week.
Huh?
I didn't know this was the last episode.
Oh.
Because Xavier said he mentioned it like 2 weeks ago on the live watch, but I wasn't there for that one. So you also failed to tell me that.
That's fair.
So
that's fair. I never said I was a real friend, bitch. No, I'm just kidding.
Damn. All right, Amelia, you want to drag me harder?
So let me start talking about other men. So Xavier, what's so great about Xavier is you see how he told me at that moment.
I don't know what
he's
you're
also
Xavier's
he also tells me he also tells me whenever you're raging about football, which makes me super happy.
Mm-hmm.
That's our new thing. He just grabs the screenshots of you raging, and I laugh.
Fair enough.
All right, let's move on to Dandadan, episode 8.
It's just my episode of the week again. I won't make him episode of the week only because
I don't think I will either.
Just for the sake of giving something else a chance, and also this was a good episode, but not necessarily like the best episode of the season.
Agreed. Yeah. No, there's something else I liked for.
Mm-hmm.
But this was, of course, a very high quality episode, like all of them.
Yeah, I'm falling for Ida a lot. I love her. I love her silly.
She's so.
She brings a unique dimension of stupid to this cast.
You're right. This cast already has so much dumb.
Yeah, there's like.
Naira.
You didn't think they could involve the dimensions of dumb, but they have.
Yeah. Excuse me. The whole opening scene was so like. There's so much that happened. I love that. All Ira had to say was like, "Wow, that can be your grandma. She's so young." And then grandma literally was like, "Yep, my granddaughter's a demon.
Yep,
go get her.
Side. Get her. Go Ira. Team Ira."
And then the baseball pitch to restore his junk. Like, what?
So if she hit that, would his junk have just been like again launched out somewhere? And
I don't.
Seems counterproductive.
I don't even want. Yeah, I don't even want to ask at this point. I'm just like, fine. Excuse me. Also, that whole scene where Aida is clearly hot for Okarun and literally low-key tries to sexually assault him. Or high-key. Low-key at first, then high-key. Just like tries to push herself on him. Like, no, kiss me. And he's like, no. And then she's like, is this how this works? I tell you about my feelings, and then you have to kiss me.
You must kiss me. Come on.
Right, and then he's like, "That's not how that works."
I
And
like Ira
then
as like an anime character who thinks she's the main character in an anime, and she's really just a
hundred
secondary character.
percent. And she's like, and you know what? It's so funny you mention that. There's another anime where that's like,
Yeah.
there's a theme that's kind of like that. Oh yeah, yeah. I guess you already know from the sound.
Yeah.
Um, excuse me. Yeah, a whole montage where she's like explaining how she learned about romance and it was apparently through like I don't know, like teen magazine and porn.
Yeah,
And her dad's
always the best
porn.
places to learn about relationships.
Oh, this. And you know it's bad when Okuno knows more about romance. No shade to Okuno. Well, actually, no shade because he's dumb as well.
Oh yeah, they went really hard with the school rumble angle
Mm-hmm.
this episode. Like we must have a misunderstanding. God damn it.
Yep, and we have multiple. Ida not knowing how romance works. Momo catching Okudon on top of Ida,
Mm-hmm.
and she's like really hurt by it. Like she's like yelling at him.
Which was cute. I think that just like I like that they
Mm-hmm.
get jealous of each other like that. Like he also got jealous when that guy was like, "Oh, hook me up with your girl,"
Oh
and then he
yeah.
got so jealous he had to transform.
So yeah, and then the aliens attack.
Yeah.
Yep, and then we see what like there's like that scene with the sea monster with the laser beam was crazy.
Yeah, they got Zilla laser.
Mm-mm. And then yeah, the aliens do what they always do, and gosh, I really feel bad for Okunon. The way how this whole anime is centered around his genitalia,
Mm-hmm.
very like very
Lots of
clean
dick
man
trauma in
coded.
this
Yeah,
anime.
I am not jealous of him at all.
No.
Like if you told me just be who I am, or I don't know, lose my genitalia but get powers, I don't know. Maybe I would. Maybe I would lose my genitalia. That would that would fix a lot of my problems, especially ones with boys. Let's see. Oh, and at the end, right when they're about to literally hack Okarun's bits off,
Mm-hmm.
why are their dick scissors?
You
Why are you
know,
trying to chop my dick? It feels like if it's coming out of their groin area, are they cutting Alconon's dick with their dick?
I guess so. I was gonna say they're literally scissoring, but doesn't work in this case.
Help me!
Should that be the title of this episode?
Wait, what was the title? What should I
Scissoring.
do? Oh, I mean, I would not be against it, and I don't think the YouTube algorithm would be against it either. Oh my gosh.
Also, Ira looks incredibly badass in her new form.
Yeah, for sure. So can't wait to see can't see the animation, the whole ballet fighting, and then they transform together and fight.
Ooh, that's gonna be dope. I'm sure Momo won't get jealous at all.
No, that too. They both have spirit
Forms and
energies.
are like
Yeah.
fighting together, and they're like, yeah.
No, not at all. She's definitely not going to like make this a whole thing in the middle of them being literally invaded by aliens.
Surely
Yeah.
not.
All right. Up next, we have Maou 2099, episode 7. Um, excuse me. I think I'm gonna make this my episode of the week.
Well, I'm not mad at that.
Yeah,
That is a good choice. Do I want to make this my episode of
yeah.
the week?
I just liked it because towards the end, it was literally just the whole Veltal and Machina love confession thing, which didn't feel out of place.
No, it felt very good.
right. It made actually perfect sense. Like they live together in a very, intimate environment for like what feels what like maybe like a couple months to a year now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um, and they clearly have history.
Yeah, they've been together a lot longer than that. I
Yeah.
also like that there was no like beating around the bush and like, do I love her? What are my feelings? We just got
Right.
straight up. I don't. I love you, and I learned that loving you is what made me fight so hard. So love you,
Yep.
and she was just like, yes, I love you too. And we're only
Yeah,
in
love you
episode
too,
8.
duh. And yeah, that's a lot. The animation wasn't terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Could have been a lot worse. Um,
At least the giant dragon was not CG. I'll give him points for that.
right, that part. Um, and like the way he won was like very, you know, it wasn't like bullshit power of anime
Mm-hmm.
and my heart, so I'm going to win. Like they actually had a plan, a well thought out plan.
Mm-hmm.
Homegirl hacked everything and
Oh
put
yeah, I
him
love
on the
that she was
screen.
relevant for something too. It's not just like.
Mm-hmm. Very instrumental.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, which gave him his power up to become a second
Dragon
demon
demon with a giant
thing.
sword. I love how badass he kind of was during the whole like. Once he got the upper hand, he just became an absolute menace because first off, he killed this dude Marcus like 18 times in very funny ways, and it was just
Right.
fucking with him. Like, what if I infect it so that you see crazy visions of monsters that aren't really there? That's dope. And the way he killed him, he just like scraped him off of his
The
sword, like he's
sword
like a
into the
piece of meat.
furnace.
Yeah, like, yeah, get
Yeah,
off my
do
sword,
do
you
his
bug.
yep, do his ass into the pink pool.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Oh, I also love Marcus begging for it. Like, if you do this, you'll be no better than me. He's like, bitch, I'm worse than you.
right, that was crazy. I was like, Marcus, hello, like you're trying to shame him
Yeah,
into
the
killing
demon
you
lord.
when not to mention you also did the same thing that he's about to do to you, but you did it like 6 fucking times.
Uh-huh.
Like you're
Like,
trying to
what was the
call
end
his
game
morality
here?
now, right?
Where you,
Like
where you were gonna be like, oh well, you're right. I shouldn't hurt you. That'd be making you just as bad.
that demon
Mm-hmm.
lord, demon. Oh my gosh, yeah. Shout out to Marcus for being just like so stupid evil to like the bitter end. Like just a very, I would say, solid entertaining bad guy because
Mm-hmm.
he's just so over, like just very on the nose
Mm-hmm.
in the villain department. Not much nuance about him. He's just like, I want power. I'm evil. I'm just gonna be snide and evil, and I'm like, I kind of respect that
Yeah, much respect.
because I feel like a lot of people try to make their villains nuanced, but unfortunately, they're just not good at writing. So
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it just doesn't pan out well, or they're not good at character development and what have you. But no, they really try with Marcus. They were just like, I'm Marcus. I did all this shit because you died and I wanted power, so I took the power and betrayed and killed all my friends for it.
Yeah, and if you are gonna
What's
make
up? What's up?
if you are gonna make a enemy that's like really just unabashedly evil, you always have to make him entertaining. And
Yes.
I feel like, yeah, he was. There was never a time when Marcus wasn't on screen that it wasn't. When he was doing the whole like bloody explosion like 50 times, that shit was hilarious. Bloody bomb, a bloody bomb, a bloody bomb, bloody bomb. I'm like, all right, dude, chill.
Yeah, he was just like cartoonishly evil, which
Mm.
I hated. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
also, Hero teamed up
Mhm.
with his girl, so call
Oh
back.
yeah, yep. That happened. Also, where did they get all that money from at the end?
I guess he stole Marcus's money.
Love that.
He's just like, I'll take your assets too.
Period. They're like, new president. Who's a new president? Like they just we put a new president in.
Maybe they'll elaborate on that on the next episode.
Maybe. I feel like the next president, like that's important to know.
Oh yeah.
I feel like
that's that's gonna be the springboard to the next arc probably.
Sure. Yeah, I think that's everything that needs to be said about Maou 9. Let's move on to My Wife Becomes an Elementary Student, episode 9. Well, hope you're I hope you enjoyed the fun times they had, because maybe it's giving the rest of the episode just gonna be depression.
Yeah, that was a depressing episode.
Sir. By the way, can we talk about how like the one thing that we didn't want to happen happened? And Renji did indeed propose to Mai.
Yeah, it's funny how little I care about the relationship and how little it's actually being shown.
Yeah.
I'm half thinking next week Mai's gonna have a kid. I'm like, oh, this is me and Renji's kid, right?
I was also 6 months pregnant.
Yeah, I was 6 months pregnant. You remember? I'm part of the show too.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know how I feel about just using Mai's, like they're just using it as pure plot device and like nothing else. That they're not even being subtle about it, really. And I don't know. That's like the only like sore thumb that's sticking out out of a relatively decent series. Also, like they got proposed so quickly that I literally had to Google that. I had to Google and see like, is this normal? Like,
yeah.
I was like, is this shit normal?
Because it's been like what, a year?
Yeah. And the answer is, just from what me researching, is like, I guess, like apparently, yeah, people in their 20s, especially in Japan, are very conscious about marriage. Excuse me. So, I guess it's not. I guess it wouldn't be like the most wild thing if they're that conscious about it,
right?
To just be like, oh, let's just get married. Apparently, like they don't stay engaged for long. Like usually after being engaged, I would say it's kind of similar to US, like 6 months to a year, type of thing. Yeah, I think that's like also the average around here. Even though I know I know of some people, whether it's real life or series, who have been like, yeah, we've been engaged for like 5 years. And I'm just like, oh. Anyway, neither here nor there. That was like, yeah, I was just like, that whole thing threw me off out of the whole episode. Oh, and then you saw Takai's face when she's like, yeah, I'm getting married next April, and then she's like, fuck, because Takai is ready. She's ready to move on, or she's getting ready to move on.
Yeah,
she made a whole cookbook for Mai, which, by the way, I'm like, the way that does not happen in real life. Like, I would love if my mom gave me a book of recipes and how to, but instead it's literally just me drawing up. It's literally, half the Jamaican dishes I make is literally based off of like my scarce memories of my mom teaching me.
Yeah,
like the 2 times she helped, like that, and that's it. Oh my gosh, God. But yeah, so that was very sweet. Like she's like kind of setting them up for, like she's now officially in the phase of setting them up to like live without her.
Yeah.
Remember she was trying to have that conversation about Nijima. Nijima, ooh, Nijima when he felt her like leading up to saying that like I'm getting ready, like he was like, nope. So yeah, that was very intense. However, I think Nijima finally sees the light. Nijima is like, yeah, it's your time to go for sure. Oh, fucking Maria, poor Maria. She's like, ah, I she's like, hey, I like you, and then he's like, no, you can't like me because I'm still devoted to my wife.
Yeah.
Even though at the end of the episode, it's implied that he's gonna tell her,
which I feel
think
like
is kind of crazy,
and it's annoying.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
He's so desperate to tell people he's dating this elementary schooler. It's crazy.
not dating.
Well, married to.
Married. There's a difference. Oh my god. Yeah, and the weird thing is, this is gonna somehow make them closer.
I get. You know what? I'm not gonna think too hard about that.
Yeah, no, not at all. Be like, oh, you poor thing, your ghost wife is inhabiting this 12-year-old, and you gotta let go of her. No. Oh God, and that you know that Maria and Take are gonna have that conversation.
Yeah,
being like, so I like your husband.
Yeah. Oh my God, I can't wait for the talk. And she's like, so what do you like about my husband? Talking to the adult, talking to the 8-year-old.
This is because I really like this anime like a lot. I'm trying to tell people to watch it, and it's already hard enough because of the title. It's already hard saying, "Oh, what's the anime called?" Oh, you know, my wife becomes a middle schooler, and like they're already like, I'm not watching that pedo shit, and I'm just like, no, girl, like
the scene is gonna be the fucking 8-year-old and the husband on the one side of the couch and her on the other side. You're like, all right, so we're thinking about introducing a third person to our marriage.
Screaming, bro. Throw it all away. Except nah, because I want to see how
it is. It's good, I swear.
It is good, unfortunately. All right, let's move on to Nageki no Bourei, episode 9.
I'm gonna make this my episode of the week.
I kind of understand
for 2 reasons. Why?
Okay, go ahead.
I was gonna say
one. I was gonna say that plot twist. Gag.
Yes, the plot twist, which I predicted, by the way, and you thought I was crazy about.
Yeah, I feel like you did. I feel like you did.
So that's one reason why I'm making an episode of the week, because I predicted it, and 2, because it kind of justified. Like, I did not like this arc at all. Like, it was very slow and dragged on. And I was like, all right, who cares about the slimes and stuff? But I kind of like, in retrospect now, I kind of want to rewatch this arc with the knowledge of the twist, and I feel like that would make it different, you know? I'm not going to, but
I'm like, no, I'm good. I actually never want to visit this arc.
Yeah,
again,
but the fact that I feel like it would be different if I had that knowledge makes it feel like, well, it's somewhat justifiable.
Like, it ended on. I still didn't like the arc, but it ended on a really awesome note.
And I was asking, well, what makes Citri so interesting, or like what's her thing that she's so, because everyone on the team is crazy, so what's her crazy? Well, we found out.
Yep. She will do anything for science, even infiltrate a cult and orchestrate a prison break. They're like, ugh. They framed someone frame Citri. Ugh, she would never do that. And then she'd be like, but I did.
I totally did. And also I used the inmates for my Chimera
experiment. I didn't mean for so many to escape, just a few for my test. What? So, yeah. That was crazy. First of all, poor Talia.
Oh yeah, the way she was caught up in it.
She literally did nothing. Literally did not a thing. She was just there to have things happen to her. She got kidnapped by them. They thought that she was Sophia, and then Sophia. I for a minute I thought she was telling Talia to like literally disappear forever. Because other than that, I don't know why Talia was crying.
I think she was just confused and scared. She's like, "What is going on?"
Okay, bitch, but you're not a baby, so why are you crying? Also, well, we found the slime. Yeah, that was something, and then she somehow wiped everyone's memory, probably with drugs.
With a healthy dose of drugs. I did like when she showed up because they were like, "Oh, Talia is clearly Sophia," and then Sophia shows up, or Citri as Sophia shows up, like, and they're like, "Oh, you look identical," and her response to "You look identical" is, "Actually, I'm taller and I have a bigger breast." So
right,
like, damn, Talia's already going through it. You don't need to like dogpile her.
Right, that was unnecessary, but go off, Queen. I guess. Yeah, like I was like, either it was like a mental thing, or I was like, that's just not her, because they're like pushing it down our throats, like, excuse me, super hard. And yeah, I was not ready for that. It was a very good plot twist. I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but like, I feel like the weakest part of this series for me so far is like, ironically, the whole shtick.
The Einstick.
What?
The Einstick, where all his underlings are smarter than him and just assume that he's like operating on some super high level that they're not aware of or something.
Yes, and I think for him it's like slightly extra annoying because on top of being like not knowing anything and being kind of stupid, you're also weak. Like that's also obnoxious. Like it's like I'm just fine. Like he was confident on like on a huge, like Ainz was like confident. He was not. Dude, I wouldn't even say.
Well, that's the thing. Ainz, it works with Ainz because he is competent enough, and he's also insanely strong. Right. So like it's believable. Like, oh yeah, this guy's crazy strong. He must know what he's doing. With Cry, it doesn't really make much sense because he's the weakest, and also he's completely incompetent, which he admits himself in this episode. Like, oh, shit.
Exactly, and it's like they're like, oh, like it's almost like it was almost starting to feel like everyone's in on the joke, and I'm just like, oh my god, why can't anyone just assume he just doesn't know when he says he doesn't know?
Well, I kind of get it because they're all literally insane. so it kind of works out because like Liz is insane. Citri is even somehow even more insane.
Yeah.
So if his whole squad is this level of crazy, it kind of maybe works.
Yeah. And also in hindsight, it makes sense that it was Citri because I feel like only Citri can make something that Liz can't beat. Because Liz is getting her ass rocked.
Yeah.
But I hate that, like, even when, like, I was like, I need you to be, like, a little bit smarter. Like, when Citri was, like, dropping the hints of, like, that she was involved, he's like, oh, I don't know what that means, but...
Oh, yeah, he did not catch on at all. Like, she was literally flat out telling him stuff. Like, oh, yeah, I need the golem pieces.
Yeah, I can't stand when you're, like, that. I can stand when you're that dumb. Like that just like that annoys me at that point. Like yeah, I'm starting to get annoyed by him. Like it's like this little shtick of you not knowing anything is actually like it's supposed to be the main thing about the story, and to me, it's like the weakest part because it's not like doing that over and over again at some point just doesn't become interesting.
Yeah, I agree.
Like if you did to like like a certain degree of him knowing stuff, and then like he doesn't know it, but then it just makes him seem smarter. Like literally, like with Ainz, like I just want him to describing Ainz.
Mm-hmm.
Then yeah, that make it a little more nuanced, a little more interesting. But it's like, oh, I'm dumb.
Yeah, I
That's
agree.
it.
They gotta evolve the formula. I think that's like the
Yeah.
next step. Like I give them a pass because they're still like introducing the cast or whatever.
Hmm.
But we can't be doing the same thing over and over and over.
Right. Like I can't believe I say this. I think I would low key. I feel like I might low key prefer the MC from Shadow Garden.
Oh, Eminence and Shadow.
Yeah, Minutes in Shadow.
I'm not going that far.
Yeah. At least it
He-
makes me feel something. I can't describe it. At least it makes me feel something.
Yeah, it makes you
Like his
feel
idiocy,
incompetence.
right? Like at least his idiocy is like he's super ridiculous strong, but so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's like it's enough that I can hate watch it, as opposed to this where this gives me nothing at all. It's kind of a weird thing. It's like I'd rather have a strong emotion about something than not have any emotion about something. If that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. I mean, and also the side characters in Eminence of Shadow are just better. So that also helps.
Yeah, that is true.
I feel like
I
Loki. Maybe if they put this main character in Eminence of Shadow,
it'd
maybe
be
if they
better.
swapped main characters, I
The
think
show would
maybe
be
we could stop.
better.
I think both shows would be better,
Maybe,
honestly.
maybe.
Maybe. I know that's saying a lot. That's a lot. That's a big maybe. Uh, yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, and then also unlike Mao, the animation for this episode was it was giving struggle bus.
Hmm.
Even a struggle
Well,
bus.
they got to save the animation for all the fan service scenes, so they got their priorities straight.
That's great. All right, up next we have Puniru Kawaii Slime episode 8.
This was a
Uh,
fun episode.
yes, I agree. And man,
Speaking of
it's
swapping
the
main character,
exactly. I'm like, okay, so the green hair is the actual the main character
yeah,
because I actually just straight up just like him more than the main
he's
character.
actually a better main character.
Right there, than the main character.
And I'm convinced that he's the main character of an anime, and we're
Yeah.
watching like the spin-off of the side character of the anime.
Period.
Mm.
Like, because Tara's just so like, ugh, like, it's giving like he has no redeeming qualities.
He's
Like,
too young to be this fucking trashy.
right? Like, like I need, like it's too much. Like they've gone too far. Just like the main character in the Nageki no Bourei cried. Like he's too clueless. This dude is too trash and lazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't be this much. Like this is because it doesn't make it fun. It just makes me not like you
Yeah,
a
I
lot.
actively cannot stand him a lot of the time. Like they need to somewhat tone down. Like I get that's his character or whatever, and it sets up a lot of jokes, but I feel like sometimes they just have him being an asshole for no reason. Like there's no joke in it. He's just a dick sometimes.
Yeah, right. Like, like it was the whole like he kind of gagged. I feel like this episode in particular, he gagged me with how not shit he is.
Mm-hmm.
Like from the like first couple of minutes, he was just like he's like work for me as so and so, and then he's like, hey, yeah, I'm just gonna be lazy and da 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 da. Even though she's like help me manage like a probably
Yeah.
$1 billion company. This dumbass thinks he's gonna skate on by. Like, are you nuts?
And he was like super. Maybe I could marry her and like be have her be my sugar mama and just marry into wealth and not do
Right.
shit. I'm like, God damn, man, I have like some aspirations for your life.
Right. God, you gross piece of shit. God.
And for once, Puniru was nice. She was really good this episode.
Yes,
She
I was like,
cares.
whoa. I was so shocked. I was like, wait, you're not being completely self-absorbed and obnoxious?
Mm-hmm.
It's just Kotaro that's being that this episode? That's crazy.
Yeah, she tried to sabotage herself and have Alice, even though she ended up sabotaging Alice.
Yeah. That was funny. Um, oh, her Shiva Puniru. Oh my
That was
god.
so random,
Chef's
but
kiss.
appreciated.
Loved it. Oh, so
Mm-hmm.
good. I'm like, they're really not missing with these last couple episodes.
Mm-hmm. I like that. Remember, I think it was like episode 3 or something. We're like, man, these transformations are really lazy. They're just like variations. I feel like the director's like, oh shit, they're right. We gotta make these transformations
Right.
more interesting.
And they really stepped it up, and I appreciate that. Um, um, and then when he's like self-reflecting, I would say even Puniru being like, "Yeah, I go on Puniru's show in the rest area." That wasn't even a bad idea.
Yeah, that was a good idea.
That was fine. It's not like no one else wanted to do shit, so might as well. Um, and then oh my god, when he accepted the job, and the moment he had to was like, boy, I have to learn shit about the company, and he just ran away. That was insane.
I did like it was like this cute little interaction when she was like, "Oh, it's story time," and it's like a fucking budget
Story
meeting.
time. Every time there's
Here's
a
our quarterly
presentation.
report.
Yeah, that was funny. And then the green hair dude was like, "Yeah, I just rallied the troop to do a maid stuff because I wanted to be in maid outfits, and then we made Yakisoba, and then we won."
Yeah, it's like we had this whole ass while you were just fucking around. We had this whole ass arc where we set up the maid rest stop. Like what?
Yep. And yeah, that's what happened. So yeah, it was a good episode.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
I'm hoping these last couple episodes will just be Kotaro's not being a dickhead anymore.
Maybe
And I feel
he'll
like he
learn.
wasn't because he was like, no, I want to be there for Puniru, da da da. So there was like some redemption around the horizon.
Yeah.
Right. Let's move on to it's not listed here, but the Notorious Talker episode 8.
Another fun episode.
Agreed. I love Pinocchio. Pinocchio was so awesome this episode.
I love that he's a recurring character, and also that he's kind of really fucking badass and strong. That's such an OP ability.
Yeah, I didn't expect him to be like weak, but like holy fuck. He was like, "Join me." No, well, that's so funny because I have your heart in my hand, and I love Noel, and then this makes me love Noel more because somehow Noel's like, "Okay, well, bitch, you better kill me. I'm not gonna work for you." Excuse me. So to the point where Pinocchio was like, "Oh, you're kind of intimidating me." Ooh.
Yeah, he actually stepped up. See, this was a really cool moment from him. Just seeing him be so badass and intimidating. I kind of like him a lot now. He's growing on me.
Who?
The MC.
Oh, Noel?
Yeah, Noel.
Oh, no, Noel's been that for me. Nah.
I kind of fluctuate on him because sometimes he's just a giant asshole, but for no reason.
What? Ever since he took out Homeboy's eye, I was a stan. I was a stan. I'm like, you better take his eye out and be like, yeah, that was me being gentle. Because you could try to fucking kill me. Like I actually was such a stan for that. Oh. Also the fight between him and Koga was really good.
Yeah, yeah. He used his ingenuity and all that stuff. Like, oh, actually, I had another bullet in my pocket.
Yeah, them elemental bullets are really busted.
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah. Also, this episode is very expressive. A lot of good crazy faces.
Oh yeah.
Excuse me. I think there's something that happened with Alma that was like
She had a little
interesting.
cute moment with Noelle where she was like, "Don't ever do that again because I'm supposed to fight for you."
Right, that. Oh, and then the middle, not the middle, the beginning, where she's like, "I want to fight," and then he's like, "No, just sit there and wait." I
Mm-hmm.
was like, I'm not gonna lie, if I was Alma and he said to me like that, bloosh. Yeah, for, for sure. I'd be, yeah. Mm-hmm. He just has a very commanding presence for a fucking 16-year-old.
And that's his job. He's literally a talker.
Oh.
I also like seeing them work together, like the team, the team up that they had at the end. They're like, oh, we got to practice our
Yeah.
party tactics. They were kind of cool together. They make
Yeah.
a good group.
Looking forward to the antics and whatnot. I really like this anime.
This was like the surprise of the
A
season for
banger.
me.
Yeah.
I was not expecting the show to be anywhere near as good as it is.
Yeah, this is a sleeper for sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then last but not least, we have Power of God, episode 21. Um, so everyone finds out that Bam is that yeah, that Bam is Viola,
Mm-hmm.
and Fug ain't fugging around. Okay. Listen, we don't have many episodes left, so I'm trying to get as many Fug jokes as
Yeah,
I can.
get him out.
And we learned their plans. They're like, Bam, you seem like you might kind of want to like betray us and run back to your friends a lot. So instead of you just being a problem, we're just gonna turn you into a literal weapon and then give you to their master.
Mm-hmm.
Which I feel like I have an idea who their master is, or ideas. Um. Also, a question: how do you feel about the bee? I feel like I kind of like him more in the anime than in the manhwa.
I think he's like a funny character.
Yeah,
He fits the
like
cast.
right. I think I don't know. He didn't really leave much of an impression on me
Mm-hmm.
when I was reading this. He was just like, "Nah, I'm the bad guy villain." I think the voice, yeah, the voice and the animation help his character a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Not that impressionable in the manhwa, but I like him a lot in the anime comparison. Um,
Yeah, I don't find him annoying or anything. I think he's pretty cool.
yeah. Um, so I hope you're like starting to kind of see what's happening
Mm-hmm.
in in this in this anime. Like it's very much like it's kind of like a game of chess between like the rankers and Fug. Well, also rankers and the regulars are like the chess pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Like I forgot how much they do this at this part where they're just like, we're not going to really fight each other per se. We're going to fight through other people.
Yeah, like they have their proxies.
Yes, they're proxy. So this, um, yeah, I miss when they used to do this like heavy. They don't. Yeah, they do it much less. They do it much less as time goes on for reasons.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I think it's. I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. They're just like indirectly fighting.
Yeah.
Very Very Cold War style
Yeah, it's fun.
for sure.
I like the and it gives a reason to have such a big cast because you have all these like factions.
I mean, is it fact? No, I know there is actually a lot of factions. You're right. I was like, why even? There are a lot of factions. I mean, as of right now, it's just split between Fug and not Fug.
Yeah,
kind of
the not fun cast.
the not Fug cast. Yeah, there's a lot of them. I'm just happy, like in these last couple episodes, like just like I said it would. It's just all coming together.
Yeah,
and blending together in a way that like makes sense. I know you felt away at the beginning because like, oh my god, who did care? Da, 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 da. But now that they introduced the old cast,
yeah, they work better
now,
together. Like just having them all, and not having such hyper focus on the new characters.
Yeah, but they're still like there.
Yeah, they're still there and they're
for
still
sure.
contributing.
Yeah, like I said, like I told you, like it was gonna come together. I told you. I'm happy. I'm happy you see the vision. Makes me very happy. And yeah, now we're gonna see them all rescue Bam. Let's see what that's gonna look like. Also, yo, Beta really hates Bam. Just like, nope, you must suffer like us. Fuck you. And then he went as far as to say, I'm gonna kill all his friends now. I'm like, he's going to be melted into a weapon. Yeah. Is that not enough?
Maybe,
you have to also kill the friends.
Tone it down a bit.
Nope. He is kind of mad with power. Mad. I guess experiments took a toll on his brain.
Yeah.
Also, I'm pretty sure they hinted at like a character we're gonna see in the next arc. I think.
Mm-hmm.
So that was interesting. I forget their connection to each other. So once again, this is one of those things where I'm just like, I'm happy to just like, oh, I get to learn about it all over again.
Yeah, you get to re-experience it for a second time.
But in anime form. Exciting.
Yep.
Yeah. With that, that's going to end our weekly review. And that's going to be the end of our show. So only leave this way.
Guys, if you enjoyed this week's episode of the Waifu Wars podcast, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe so you can catch every episode as it goes up. If you haven't already, do follow us over on Twitter, follow us on Twitch, and join the party on our Discord, all linked in the description down below. If you'd like, you can even become a channel member or patron and join us for our weekly live watches, where we're going to be watching Dandadan and something else, because ReZero ended. So we'll figure that out. But if that sounds interesting to you, you know what to do. And Drew, you have anything you'd like to add?
I watched the So I'm a Spider, So What dub last night, and while I appreciate the effort the voice actor gave, I'm sorry, she does not hold a candle to Aoyuki. Like that was a legendary voice. Like that was a masterclass of voice acting. I'm sorry. Like the other girl, the woman, she did a okay job. It wasn't bad. It just it fails in comparison. Like, whoa! If there's ever a moment where I can be like, this is why the sub is better, I will point to this every time because Aoyuki blows Homegirl out the water.
Well,
but you know,
bury her even more, Drew. No one can compare to Aoyuki. It's just facts. And on that note, this has been Soberoni and
We'll
catch y'all later. Later.
Bye.